So you guys obviously you get the draw at home. Now you head back on the road with the standings looking really tight through the last 3 games. How important is this game at RSL coming up?
Obviously very important. We know that. We had 4 games before this game against Dallas. Everything in our own hand. Now even more. Since we played with 1 out of the 4 out of the way, and tough. 3 tough games coming up, but looking forward to it very much. Obviously, this is what you do it for as a soccer player. The games that really matter. We obviously have had a history of, not being quite the same team away as at home. But now that it's everything or nothing, it feels like we have to come together as a team for real, and go out there and put on a really good performance, and obviously trying to bring back the 3 points to then have our home game here against the same team again. And obviously we know what we're capable of doing. I mean, maybe it wasn't the best game against Dallas, but it was a fight. I felt it was a very active game, and maybe not the game with the most chances, or but we felt like, oh, we could have scored 10 goals, or we were happy we had it defensively really tight, and that's where everything starts, is the fundamentals of the game, and just getting back to that and keeping that and not getting any goals against, and then obviously it's up for us as a team to try to win the games and score goals. So that's what with the mindset we're going there.
In terms of scoring goals, like you said, the Dallas game wasn't a ton of opportunities, and maybe when you look at the last 10-11 games, you and Diego haven't got on the board all that often, and obviously you're 2 of the most important attacking players on the team. What do you guys need to do in these last 3 games, or you personally?
Well, what we have to do is obviously what we've been trying to do. Well, the matter of fact is, since those first losses came along after that very long streak, I feel like us as a team haven't been quite the same team, but still, again, it's all about getting that rhythm, getting that momentum, and riding into the playoffs. You've seen that numerous times in many years in MLS, where you've had a team that hasn't maybe been the absolute favorite to win it all, and you can get very long on just riding on the momentum, because it's all about really finding that rhythm and that energy when it really matters. And obviously that's the knockout stage. So getting in there, getting a good position in the playoffs to play the best kind of games. Obviously that's what you're trying to look to do as a franchise and as a team. And for me, as you said, for me as a striker, for any attacking player, obviously we're hungry for more, and obviously we know it hasn't been like it was in the middle of the season, beginning of the season, where I had a run of scoring numerous goals and just like it was nothing, and they just kept on rolling every single game, trying to find that rhythm back, and obviously the chemistry back with my team players to help me, because obviously you can be a striker that's very good at scoring goals, but it's a collective at all, and same thing goes. We win as a team, we lose as a team, but at the same time, scoring goals is more than just being a good scorer. Obviously you need people to understand, they need that chemistry to be there. So yeah, hopefully that will all be fine.
You talked about the collective nature of obviously attack or doing well as a team. Are there aspects that you guys need to improve on to get that rhythm at this point, you feel like?
Well, rhythm is a funny thing, because it's hard to explain. You can work on it all you want. Everybody knows it's been a long season, so playing that many games and practicing every day. We're all humans, and obviously after a long year of playing soccer, the legs get tired. The mind obviously is really hungry still, and we have games left to go. But I feel just keeping the body fresh, taking care of yourself, getting your treatment done, getting your recovery, just be smart with everything you do. Everybody knows their bodies, individually. We all have pros here in the locker room, so everybody knows and knows what to expect from each other and for themselves when you look at yourself in the mirror and know what to do, in these kind of circumstances. Me, I've been able to play a playoff kind of. This is my second time, obviously, in my career that I've had a time or a chance to play one of these kind of playoffs. So it's a bit different than what I'm used to in Europe. But yeah, I was players one in Belgium we became champion through the playoffs, so it's just a different kind of setup. But I'm excited for it, and first of all, we just have to make sure that we win these games and take as many points as we can, and then we'll take it from there.
And just one last thing on the team's sort of form. In terms of the road form, you said that hasn't necessarily gone as well as you guys would like recently. What do you feel like is the keys for you guys going to this game to be better on the road?
Yeah, good question. That's just things that we're gonna have to look after, like we always do. We scout the opponent, and obviously it's the same team that we put up there, and it's the same kind of players we have in the squad. But the results have been different when we play the same team home or away, which is very strange when we have the army behind us and the people here in Portland, and we can play in our own stadium. We're a team that we don't really feel like we're gonna have to scare anybody or be afraid of anybody. We feel like we can beat anybody, but then when we go away, I feel that we might think a bit more defensive, or it might be a mental aspect where we feel like, okay, this might be something we're a little bit more careful with going forward, so we don't, it might have something to do with the support system and the fans, but obviously it's 11 guys on the field. It's a green field wherever we go. The ball is still round and everything will remain the same, so that's something we have to remember and just keep on working on the fundamentals and just the simple things that that make us a great team.